Visit our sponsor LiveWatch right now. Home security made easy. Plug and protect, do-it-yourself wireless technology. Save 40 to 60% from competitor systems. Patented ASAP instant message and fast response make responding to a potential emergency as easy as checking your cell phone and sending a text message to friends and family. No contracts and cancel at any time. The fastest alarm system technology ever created. Take control of your family's security with LiveWatch today. Click the link below. Hey everybody, I'm Christopher Green. You're tuning into AMTV Alternative Media Television. It's Friday, August 21st, 2015. In this video, you'll find out why Russell Brand quit the Trews. You know, the true news. Hey, I'm Russell Brand, the Trews.
Welcome to the Trews. The world's a crazy place. Politics, we can't trust them. Big corporations, they're destroying the world.
I do a horrible accent. British guy, London entertainer, comedian, quits. And the reason I think he quit is because I think he sees his platform as a dead end, which is honestly kind of sad. A guy that wrote a book called Revolution, who's been taking the media by storm. They've been talking about him on Fox News. They've been talking about him in the mainstream media in America, in Europe, who's really been getting a lot of media attention and also getting a lot of heat for speaking of very controversial stories. Now it's interesting because I've been following Russell Brand over the last year in the videos that he's been doing. He's the first celebrity of sorts who's probably better known for hosting the MTV Music Awards or his Hollywood roles in the movie Forgetting Sarah Marshall. It's been interesting to see somebody go from Hollywood, a person who has an estimated net worth between $10 and $20 million, to the social media world and then build this grassroots effort of which he is engaging in media commentary, something that's been built from the ground up with AMTV and other news outlets, alternative news outlets, whether or not it's InfoWars and Alex Jones or it's Glenn Beck. Very interesting to see him position himself, build the Trews to 1 million+ subscribers, and then just quit. Then just say that he needs to take a break and I guess smoke a doobie on Mount Kilimanjaro, if I'm saying that correctly. And I thought that his video yesterday, and I haven't spoken to Russell Brand before, was very insincere. It seemed to me as if, and he's a good actor and he's also a good entertainer, and I enjoy watching him, but it seemed to me, again, that he sees what he's doing as a dead end.
But if you speak out against that process, even from a modest online platform, you become the recipient and target of such incredible condemnation that it's, in a way, overwhelming. In another way, sort of completely understandable. But it's interesting, really, to become part of the news upon which you're reporting and to see the machine, to feel the machine sort of on you. So, I think that we've gone as far as we can with the Trews for now.
You know, whether or not he's getting or receiving pressure from the outside, having been kind of put out into the spotlight, you know, in his defense, it's got to be extremely difficult with the media attention and the media fanfare. But, you know, in terms of what he was doing, this was just when it started to get kind of exciting. You know, he shouldn't be afraid of that kind of media ferocity. I mean, isn't that the entire point of revolution, quote unquote, of a movement by and for the people? Now, Russell Brand is a lot more of a socialist than I am. There's a lot of concepts I disagree with, but the bare bones message, again, that, you know, this is by and for the people, that we need changes in government, that we need to level the playing field, that there's the greatest wealth gap in the history of the world, and there's a problem with that, and the bank bailouts, and the political corruption. And he just spoke about a story which I honestly haven't gotten into a lot of detail with, really just because it disgusts me, where he was talking about, I think, former prime ministers or maybe even current prime ministers engaging in, you know, raping small boys and like a prostitution ring with child porn and just all this crazy shit. It's interesting that now he just decides to quit. Now he says he's going to be back, and he might be back, but again, why take the wind out of your sails when things are just starting to get interesting, and it came across as insincere. We also have to question, through Russell Brand's eyes. Again, this is a guy with resources. He's a guy with an estimated net worth of $10 to $20 million. So he's got the resources and the celebrity to really push whatever movement he wanted to push forward. Does he see the dead end? Is it a monetary dead end for him? Is he kind of like, I don't think I can make any money here, or maybe he was hoping to land a mainstream TV slot or show or something like that, and now that's not materializing. Is it pressure from Hollywood that he's never going to be able to work again if he continues to do what he's doing? Does he not think he can make any money at this? I mean, this is a guy that can go out and do a film, for example, maybe get paid a few $1,000,000 or $5 million or more a film. So is it monetary? Is he disillusioned and disappointed within the grassroots movement itself? Does he think that's a dead end? And this is a common question that we talk about a lot, that we don't see real physical change. Post the bailouts, for example, post 2008 and 2009, what's happened? Has there been any Wall Street reform? Has anybody gone to jail? No. And no. In fact, what's happened is the largest criminals in the United States, just an example here in America, people like Jamie Dimon of JP Morgan Chase and Lloyd Blankfein of Goldman Sachs, have just become wealthier. They're actually newly minted billionaires as a result of the hijacking, the gun to our heads that forced multi-trillion-dollar bailouts. So there hasn't really been material change. So is that a part of the disillusionment? Is Russell Brand just flat out bored? I mean, it almost kind of looked like to me that this was just like a pet project of his, and now he's bored, so he's just moving on.
Files on sexual abuse by MPs go missing. It's an entire sort of festering system built on corruption. That's why people like me don't believe that change is possible within that system. It's almost like you've got to clean slate it right out of the way, raise it to the ground, turn it into a homeless shelter, and start again with something using decent people and modern technology.
This is a guy that, of course, was married to Katy Perry, lasted, I believe, about 2 years before they got a divorce. He has a history of drug abuse. He's talked about that openly. Again, he's a comedian. He was kicked off MTV once, so he's a little bit of a loose cannon. And the mainstream media doesn't really treat him seriously, although I actually think the guy's pretty darn smart. I not only think that he's a good entertainer, but I actually think he's smart. The concepts that he talks about are really legit.
The stuff that we're saying is completely true. It's true that the government is selling arms or facilitating the sale of arms to countries on its own human rights abuses list. So who cares who says that or what they say about it?
And that's kind of what was interesting to watch. So it's kind of sad to see a character with the resources, with the presence, with the celebrity appeal, who was quickly able to ride the social media vacuum to 1 million plus subscribers just to call it quits, just for all of this to come to an end. Was he threatened? Is he being pressured by the establishment in the UK? Did somebody knock on his door and say, hey, Russell, this is probably not a smart idea, somebody more powerful than him? We really don't know. I suspect somebody who's actually in this for real, who's built a media company from the ground up. It seemed to me that Russell Brand just kind of sees it as a dead end. I don't know if it's monetary for him or he's just disillusioned with his movement and the movement, so to speak. He doesn't think that there's going to be real material change.
How far can you go with this cyclical reporting on cyclical news? After a while of doing something on the news, you notice that the news has a particular shape to it. Like, stories come up, but there's always the same sort of shape, whether it's a celebrity scandal or the revelation of political corruption or learning about sort of corporations exercising power that negatively impacts ordinary people.
Or if he's afraid for his career, or he's just not getting what he wants out of this, or it's just a dead end altogether. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Put it in the description box below. Share this video everywhere. Make it viral, hard-hitting it in your face, and click the link below to support our sponsor.